Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Anastasia with Best Washington Properties, and today I have Caden with Umpqua Bank joining me today. How are you today, Caden?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited. So today we're going to be talking all things lending. We've got some fun stuff in store for you guys. So let's go ahead and dive on in, shall we?
Do it.
All right. So Caden, the first question I have for you, and in Washington State, super common for people to be hitting up those Starbuckses and Dutch Brothers and all of those local little coffee shops. They're on every corner, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So if someone was looking at, their coffee addiction and spending $4.25, $4.50 or so on a latte a day, on average, what would you say approximately that gets someone in their home purchase? If they were to say, you know what, I'm going to prioritize getting myself a home, what would they be looking at as far as the benefit of cutting that out of their day-to-day?
Yeah, absolutely. So if they were to save $4.50 a day on a latte, over the course of 5 years, if you were really strict on it and every day you didn't buy your latte, you'd save upwards of $8,000, which is, in most cases, for most markets, almost a full down payment. You're probably looking at, $10,000 as a down payment on homes in the lower $300,000 range, and $8,000 gets you more than, over 3/4 of the way there. So if you're able to save some money in the bank as well, plus your lattes, that's a full down payment if you're really strict over 5 years.
Yeah, see, and that's crazy. It's insane to think about that, just that one stop every day, how much that can really get you. It's huge,
It's also tough to do that. Hey, I love coffee as much as the next person, but it's all about if you have this perspective of, if I give up this, I might be able to get something else that I want. It works out in the end.
Definitely. All right, so question number 2. Oftentimes, I even hear this still, where people have this misconception about their down payments. Commonly, people are hearing, I have to have 20% down. Their friends or family tell them 20% down, that's what you've got to have to be able to buy a home. Is that true?
I've been looking forward to this question a lot. That is not true. I've done a video on that prior as well. And it's such a common misconception of needing a 20% down payment. All that does is save you really $100 to $200 on your monthly payment, avoiding mortgage insurance, which we could talk about. But right off the top of my head, I can think of 4 different loan programs under 5% that you can put for a down payment, whether it's a USDA or VA loan, VA being for the military, USDA being for specific property location in a rural area. Both are 0% down. Not a lot of people are told about these loans. Sure, the military is aware of their VA loan, but 2 0% down loans that people can take advantage of, as well as there's a conventional 3% as long as you hit income requirements. And then there's an FHA loan, which is pretty common for first-time home buyers at 3.5%. 20% is definitely not needed. And another piece or perspective to have, and you could touch on this as well. This market is so crazy, people are having to spend money over the asking price, which is taking away from their down payment. You think everyone's paying 20% down? It's not happening right now.
No.
Even experienced buyers.
Yes. Yeah. Utilizing some of that, what would have been that percent down in other areas to be able to strengthen your offer, I think is always, huge. But in this market, it's key. It's a necessity right now. So, and then outside of that, if you're not looking to have to use it in other areas of your offer, being able to invest that money so that you're getting more return on that. I mean, there are lots of different places that money can go and be put to better use, I think. So
Yes.
I think it's always good information to clear that up a little bit for people.
Yes.
So on to question number 3. Can you name some things that people just should not do when they are waiting to close on their home? I know that people oftentimes they get really excited. They maybe want to go get some new furniture, maybe want to go and get some, decor for the home, things like that. So things that should be avoided when people are in the process of closing on their home?
Of course, I had furniture on the list, but I'll still go through it. In general, you don't want to affect anything that has to do with your income, your debt, your assets, or your credit score, or anything related to credit. Those are the four things that we're trying to keep as stable as possible through the closing of your loan. I had a couple of things here. I'll start with one of the major things people should avoid are switching jobs. I want to also add that it is doable if you communicate with your lender, with your loan officer. They will tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Do not, I would say, as long as there's communication, they will tell you, hey, you might need to get an offer letter from the next place. We just need to see your first pay stub. As long as this is all done within closing. It's totally doable, but it is something, if you can postpone it, you should. It'll make everything easier. Literally do it 2 days after closing. Don't care.
Yep.
That's one. Two would be take on a new credit card, or even have an inquiry on your what would be your credit report. Like, oh, I inquired at Nordstrom to get a Nordstrom credit card.
Mm-hmm.
We would notice that, and we'd ask you, hey, did you open a new line of credit? No, I just inquired about it. So we would just need to see an explanation there. Any large purchase on a credit card, we need to avoid that as well. That could throw off ratios that are your debt to income. It may push you over guidelines on the loan program, or may just affect, obviously, another credit inquiry and just taking on too much credit. And then the two purchases or credits that are kind of the popular ones when it comes to the no-nos during closing are buying a car and getting furniture for the house. I know you're like, I need furniture, but definitely needs to happen after closing. So being as stable with all those metrics as possible is the best way to do it. And any good loan officer will explain to you if you have an idea, toss them that idea and they'll tell you what you should or should not do.
Yeah, definitely. You know, one of the things too that's happened to me in a transaction, a couple went and got married in the middle of closing on their home. And while I am all for that kind of union, you know, wonderful, let's celebrate it, it's fabulous. But it needs to definitely be communicated with the loan officer that is dealing with that file, or just wait until after the house closes and have a new home celebration and a new union celebration, because those kinds of things can cause major hiccups. Not that we were able to navigate it. It turned out perfectly, but still, some of those things, it's like, just wait a couple extra weeks, because right now in this market, typically a home is closing in 30 days or less. So just wait a few more weeks and then go and have that kind of a celebration,
Yes. I will say a realtor and lender don't want to stop you from taking opportunities in your life. If you do get a job offer with a raise, just communicate. We don't want to stop you from getting that raise. We just, our job is to make sure you get the house you wanted. And if any of these things are changed, it could mean that the offer could be terminated, the contract could be terminated, and they may take up another offer they had received early on. So we're just here to help you close on that home that you wanted, and not so much take away opportunities in parts of your life.
For sure. I completely agree with you there. Yes. So on to my final question. What is the best way for everyone to get in contact with you, Caden? Are you on social media networks? Is that the best way? Email, phone? What is the easiest way for people to get a hold of you if they are wanting to get pre-approved for a home?
There's several ways to get a hold of me. I like to think I'm big on social media, so I have Instagram's kind of been the main one for people to reach out on. Corny name, at Millennial Loan Officer. But then I also have,
Catchy.
It's good. I like to think so. It's still MLO for Mortgage Loan Officer, huh? Yeah. And then email and my website are another good way. I'm sure we'll have that posted somewhere, but it'll just be my name at umpquabank.com is my email. Awesome. My first name. Yeah. Those are the two best ways to get a hold of me, and then I'm sure you'll see my phone number somewhere.
And Caden, I have to say, of course, I've checked out your social medias. You've got a lot of fun videos out there that make learning, exciting for individuals who are looking to buy or sell a home or even refinance their home. Tons of really fun stuff out there. So everybody should take a look at your profile on Instagram, because you've got some good content on there that doesn't make it boring. It makes it exciting. So everybody should go and just hop over and take a quick peek at what you got over there.
Thank you. Thank you. Your content is very good as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Caden, for joining me. I will tag our information down below here so that you guys can reach out to Caden and chat with him if you have questions following this, or if you are looking to buy or sell or refinance your home. I know Caden would be happy to help you all.
Of course, of course. Again, thank you for having me. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.